When we first met Jeremy, we figured out he was a little bit of an audiophile. So to get some sound in his Jeep, we brought in Jason from MTX Audio, who carried in some of their latest goodies. It all started by installing 2 Thunder Series amps, which delivers 75 watts per channel to the main speakers and 500 watts to the 10-inch subs.
It's a lot of power in a real small chassis. It also uses surface mount technology so that there's no through holes on the board, which resists vibrations a lot better, which in this environment obviously is real good.
To deliver the sound to those speakers, Jason installs a Bluetooth-enabled dual electronics head unit that we picked up from our local AutoZone.
User joined your channel.
Up front, the factory 4x6 speakers are replaced with some more robust drivers.
You can actually put a 5 1/4 and tweeter in the same location and use the same bolt-up style mounting that the Jeep speakers would.
But before we can listen to the music, we're going to have a place to sit. So the crew drops in the Mastercraft safety rear bench and both front bucket seats. To really make this Jeep pound, Jason threw in a set of MTX 3500 series subwoofers. Built with increased surface area for improved bass response, the downward-facing enclosure can withstand the elements.
In this environment, Jeeps, no roof, being plastic, it's perfect. It's much better to have wood or anything else back there.
And with everything finally installed on the interior, it's time to crank up the tunes and see how this thing sounds. Since the primary purpose of this Jeep is promotions, you've got to have a loud stereo to get everyone's attention. We brought in Jason Plank and Tommy Bostic from MTX Audio to give us some killer sound. All right, Jason, what did you bring to install in our Jeep?
Everything we need to replace the factory audio system and more.
Okay.
Up front, we're going to start with the new excess power battery. This is going to hold its charge a lot longer and recharge a lot faster than the stock battery.
Okay.
We're going to replace the head unit with this Kenwood Exelon piece, DVD, nav. You're not going to get lost. We're also going to add a backup camera.
Okay.
We're going to upgrade the factory wires in the truck with all street wires wiring. We're going to go to a heavier gauge, help with any current consumption, any grounding issues we may have. We're going to add 3 amplifiers.
Okay.
1 4-channel for all the speakers in the Jeep, 1 monoblock for the 2 subwoofers we're going to install, and then 1 4-channel for the exterior speakers.
Okay.
And these, you can see I brought some of the speakers that we're going to be using in the install.
So this will replace all the factory Jeep audio and give us better sound, more
Right,
sound louder.
right.
How are we going to deal with our whole urban assault zombie apocalypse deal?
We're gonna do that in the install.
Okay, you got some ideas?
I got some
around?
ideas bouncing around this old head. We'll get on that in the install. We'll show you when we get there.
All right, perfect. Well, I guess we'll start. I'll throw the battery in if you want to jump on the head unit.
Okay.
We'll rock and roll. The first step on the install is to make a little bit extra room for some more speakers. The rear door is cut for the driver to fit. The front doors will also get custom enclosures. And Tommy glues the vinyl onto the panel that will take the place of the lower door pocket.
I want to make sure that when I'm pulling this vinyl around there that I can get all the wrinkles and bubbles and stuff out of the other side. So that way everything's nice and tight and clean so it looks like a factory wrap when I'm all finished. Next I'm going to wrap this panel that we cut out to match our airsoft gun that we're going to permanently attach in the door panel. We'll go with our zombie theme.
The head unit will replace the factory radio and give us tons of options that we never had before. Navigation, Bluetooth, hands-free calling, and of course, the delivery of loud music. After building a custom rack to mount the amps, it's welded onto the roll cage to float right behind the rear passenger seats. Next, we'll weld in angle brackets to secure our subwoofers. And the speaker boxes are sprayed with some wrinkle black paint to give them a tough look. You know, I don't know if you know much about these MTX subwoofers, but they put out so much power it can loosen a nut. To really drive home our zombie hunting theme, the heads of all the bolts are covered with some spent shell casings. And once everything is installed into the truck, you can see that we have nailed this zombie hunting theme. While I check the image quality on our backup camera, Jason tunes the amps and the rest of the system until we've got killer audio all the way around. And since this truck is going to see a lot of trade show duty, we're installing some MTX marine grade speakers into some Crawl Tunes external speaker pods that will mount onto the roof rack so the music can be heard easily at outdoor events.